That's the life of an outlaw man. The screams of that dying man's family still ringing in my ears.
Okay, let's go. Seat base. Let's get her done. Right, in the last one you saw this, just beat it into a basic shape. I'm going to do a bit more of that today. I've deliberately avoided the classic shape, which is pointed at the front, teardrop shaped at the back, because it's not a tractor seat, because it's not a Harley. And it would look a bit daft really, wouldn't it? Imagine that, a kind of single pointed front seat that sprangs up and down on springs, which is great on a chopper, but it's a bit crap on a fighter like that, isn't it? So it's going to be that shape because it follows the contours of the bike, but not quite enough yet. I've got to do a bit more. I've got to do a bit of persuasion here now. Loads of you said make a sandbag from some jeans, so the leg of an old pair of leather jeans, fill it with sand to tie a knot in the end as the sand will drain out obviously, and that's a double bend. It's got to go in that way and out that way, so that's just tap real gently using a couple of formers and some foam, try and get it right. The front edge wants a little bit more curl on it, not much, and then I'm going to weld the nuts, bolts and so on, whatever on the bottom, and show you how that works as well, and then some keeper brackets in the cage on there, which will then give me something to bolt it into. So that's today. Let's get stuck in and start talking.
The screams of that dying man's family still ringing in my ears. In the face of that fatherless boy almost brought me to tears. That's the life of an outlaw man.
Well, the aim is, if possible, to try and make this seat base match my ass as anatomically the same as possible, so that there are no pressure points. If you manage to carve a seat that's exactly the same shape as what's going to sit in it, then it matches it perfectly, and there are no points pressing, so no discomfort, which means you can use less foam or padding, and I intend to use no padding at all. I want this seat to be just leather on steel and nothing else. It will float and there will be an element of movement in the seat base. I'll show you that later. But that's almost there. I just need a little bit of, excuse me, just here for a fitting now. It's kind of about there. So it's kind of matching, what was it there? It's kind of matching, the most pressure is about there when I'm sitting on it. So I need to make these two divots here just a little bit wider and a little bit further forward So just make so you've got two, where the bones of your ass bit there, you make 2 scoops there and up a little bit in the centre. It'll be about right. Anyway, let's do it. Right. More. Pull that hammer in. Right. Okay. You're on your head, son.
And I'm bleeding like a dog, waiting for death to creep in. That's the life of an outlaw man. Outlaw man. Outlaw. When you meet the one, it's the one that makes you want to stay, not makes you want to run. That's what they say. That's what they've said from day one. Well, it'll happen when you're not looking, never knowing where it might come from. Well, I met my better half one night at the bar. Sitting on my stool, I noticed from afar that she was looking at me, yes she was. So I gathered up my courage, walked to table number 3. Oh man, she was beautiful, glistened in the light. Put my hand around her and it felt just right, so I pulled her closer. Yeah, I pulled her closer to me. And someone yelled, "She's mine!" I thought, now that just can't be. Well, he walked on up behind us, grabbed her by the neck. I jumped up from my chair and yelled, "Hey, what the heck do you think you're doing? Yeah, what you think you're doing to my girl?" And just like Elvis in his prime, my top lip began to curl. Well, kicked that dude right in the butt, fell to the floor. Picked him up by his hands and I threw him out the doors. I was happy. I was happy as could be. Yeah, I was. Well, I had her all to myself, my best girl. And y'all ready for a little lead guitar? Come on, Ben, show 'em what you got. Said I had to leave. Well, I took my girl and I got on up, but he grabbed me by my sleeve. Said, "You can't take her. No, you can't take her out of here." And I said, listen, son, I fought for this here beer, and she's coming home with me. Yeah, you don't ever touch another man's beer, young. Well, I met my friend when I turned 10, and now we're 50 and we're hanging out again. Getting all the dives that we used to run, the times changed and it's not as much fun. The bar scene ain't what it used to be. Listen to this song and you tell me. Well, we need a bar where when you walk in, you can tell the difference between women and men. Girls with short hair and guys with long, that just seems so damn wrong. Went up to this girl and I pinched her butt, but when he turned around, I said, what? Went to the bar, looked into the store. Only thing we got was really freaking more. Dive bars ain't what they used to be, and me and my friend has plain to see. Well, while building shooters, those are bar names. Bar name Tim's don't sound the same. Bikers ride scooters, women shooting darts, and everyone frowns when you let out a fart. Bar people ain't what they used to be. They all dress nice and have all their teeth. Well, we walked into this one place. I wish you all could have seen our face. All these guys wearing leather chaps, and even some guys on the other guys' laps. A guy walked up and said, what's your name? And me and my friend ain't been the same. Went to the bar, looked into the store. One thing out was really freaking bored. Dive bars ain't what they used to be. Me and my friend that's plain to see. Well, there ain't a pool table to be had. I sing karaoke and sing real bad. Lines and limbs sticking out of the beer. And me and my friend, that seemed pretty queer. Must admit, we feel out of place. What the hell happened to the dive bar race? Well, we walked into this one last place, and what we saw put a smile on our face. People eating hot wings, drinking their beer, and we walk around without any fear. A little hottie walked up and said, what'll it be? Hooters is a place for my friend and me. Went to the bar, looked into the store. Only thing we got is really freaking bored. Dive bars ain't what they used to be, and me and my friend, that's plain to see. Went to the bar, looked into the store. Only thing we got is really freaking bored. Dive bars ain't what they used to be, and me and my friend, that's plain to see.
You have no idea, that is 4 hours. Again, as usual, I bit off more than I can chew. I came in at the beginning, if you remember, and I said, right, I'm going to make the seat base done today, and then I'm going to weld some bolts on the bottom of it, then I'm going to weld the tabs on the skin, and then done. All I've done is beat around with that. There we are. Let's give you a look. That's kind of one of the biggest issues is that when you stretch, because I'm stretching and shrinking at the same time, some areas of it like that are being shrunk, other areas like this lip at the front are being stretched. That's been stretched one way to come up the front, then stretched over the other way to make the lip. I've got to put a lip all around this for strength, because that's how you make them strong. I'll put possibly some steel strap under this. I don't know. I really don't know, but it's not important at this point. I'm definitely going to work a little bit more on that. Now, you can see what I'm doing. I'm going for an anatomical shape, kind of like the tractor seat thing, you know, but I don't want a tractor seat on my Street Fighter. So it's got to be kind of shaped to the bike and my ass, like I said. So it's been 4 hours because you've only seen a fraction of what I've done. You know, you can go for a stretch on this bit, and that side pops out and just gets a big kink in it, and you beat that back in, and all the work you did on that just pops back out. It's quite frustrating, but it's kind of quite rewarding as well. Now, if I had an English wheel, you know the English wheel? You've seen those, you roll them through and see them on the telly. Well, honestly, I haven't got one, and I'm not about to buy one anytime soon because I wouldn't use it enough. I have done all right, really, without an English wheel. That is purely hammers, purely. We'll show you this as well. Check this out. All that stuff I got from Weehaw, they do this as well. Look, ta-da! Weehaw hammer. And that is a big cast iron head that weighs 4 pounds, and it bolts in, as you can see, with an Allen bolt. And you get a rubber head and a nylon head, and you can buy new heads, and you can buy different compound heads. You can buy a copper head, you can buy a nylon coiled, you know, like hide. You can buy a coiled hide head. All that goes in that. So when you buy one hammer, you buy all different heads. Love it. German thinking. Oh. Anyway, that, on the other hand, was a $1.99 rubber hammer from one of those car shops I won't mention, and that was brilliant because the ellipse there in that curvature of that face was perfect for the kind of cheek hole that I'm making there, so use what you have. Again, don't have a sandbag. Like I said, one of you guys suggested filling a trouser leg with sand, tying the ends off. Brilliant. I will probably do that one day, but for now, just a big raggedy old bath towel. That just works kind of almost as well. And there you go. I'm going to call that done now, honestly. 4 hours. I'm knackered. That is really, it's quite hard work, that. And I'm not asking for violins. I'm just saying it is quite hard work. And I've just noticed I've got a kink there, look. There's a kink there in it. There it is, little crease there, which again, just tap that out, it's not a problem, as long as nothing else pops out at the same time. So there we are, that's what that's about. Just making an anatomical seat base. What I want to do, the desire, is to put a curve in that. That strip at the minute just looks like I've beaten it over a metal bar, which I haven't. And obviously, God, that's irritating me now. I'll cover that up, there you go. I want to put a curve in that. Downwards very slightly, and that's, I don't know how on earth I'm going to do. I just try, but what I don't want to do is go battering it now because I'm tired. I've been doing this a long time and I'll just bugger it up. But there we are, one seat base. I reckon about halfway. I just had no idea how long that was going to take. I've never beaten a seat base. I've done flat seat bases and curved them a bit, but I've never done one like that. I always fancied it, and 1.6mm sheet metal is the perfect thing. Mild steel sheet metal. And that works, it really does. It's very forgiving. I haven't split it at all. The lip around the outside, all the way around there, not a single crack or split in it anywhere. And it involves kind of beating it over and then thinning it out, because that's going to curve. It would crack if it was full thickness. So you kind of beat it a bit and then you beat it away, which thins it out. And as you thin it out, it stretches more and it's gone over. So on that edge there, that's quite sharp. But I'll deal with that. I'm not going to fold it right over flat, but I'm not going to send it to the upholsterer like that, because that will cut whatever stuff goes on the surface. That will cut it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll fill that little ridge with something to make it safe. That's very much like I did on the front nose cone. Just make a lip and I filled it with filler on the inside. So there's all sorts. Anyway, there we are. Sharp talking. That's enough. One seat base so far. The horrible kink there, which is the first job when I get back to it. There we go. Okay, thanks for watching. This is one of those episodes, if you call them that, I don't know, where you just don't get as much done as you thought. 3 blisters on the hammer hand, which is what you get, I guess, and really, really satisfying, really rewarding. So I'll leave you with the Wall of Friends. Cool new plate. Gutter done. You'll see that the guy does guttering. Get it? Right. Wall of Friends. Thanks for watching, see you next time. Can't believe that. There you go, no kink now.
Born in 46, raised up in the sticks, somewhere in North Carolina. You spend a lifetime making moonshine and smoking homemade cigarettes, soaking up the sunshine, drinking in the moonlight, sharing good times with his friends. One last liquor run, then he said he was done, living a good life in the hills. he didn't even seem to care. Well, then they took him in and found him guilty of nothing more than making shine.